Hey everybody, Jake here from Bearded Gear, and it has been a minute since I have filmed anything. Life's just been crazy in a lot of good ways. I've been very busy, but with things other than YouTube, so that's just is what it is. But I have an unboxing to do. I've been excited about this knife for quite a while. This is a package from Wirtz Made. Randy Wirtz has become a buddy. I've met him in person now a couple of times, and a while back Randy reached out to me about reviewing his knife, the Falcon, and I did, and I loved it. It's a great fixed blade. I still have it, still carry it hiking quite a bit. It's a great, like, smaller end outdoor fixed blade, but now he has an even smaller fixed blade that's out, and it's designed to be more EDC friendly, and it's called the Pygmy. So he sent me one of those to review, and I have it here. I'm going to unbox it, and then within the next couple of weeks I'm going to have a review up of it after I've carried it hiking and EDC and put it through its paces a little bit, and that way I can talk about it from experience. So we're going to go ahead and bust into it, see what we've got. I'm really excited for this. He's made quite a few of these now, so it's not like this is brand new, but it's new to me. I haven't been able to handle one of these yet, and I love the first knife he made for me. So let's take a look. One of the things I love about Wurtzmade is his packaging. They just really do a great job. It's he and his son Jake, and they work together on this brand, this company, and they're making these in-house. They're made in the USA, and they're thinking about things like the packaging. They're not just good at making the knives, but they've also established what I think is a really cool brand and really cool branding to go with it. So I have two boxes in here. I believe that's because one is a sheath and one is the knife. I think it's the knife and a sheath, and then an additional sheath option to kind of show what the options are. But you can see it's even sealed from them, so you can tell if it's been tampered with. Go ahead and bust into that. I'm cutting into this with the Artisan, goodness, I feel terrible. I can't remember the name of it right now. My buddy Nick Rogers designed it. I've reviewed the prototype. It is a fantastic knife, and I just opened this up yesterday because it finally came out. I ordered one straight from Artisan. So anyways, the Niche Designs Artisan licensed knife. The Ingress, is that what it is? I hope I'm right. All right, let's get into here. So when you open the box, still looks cool, branded inside as well. Then you've got this branded kind of burlap or muslin, I don't know what you'd call it, pouch with the knife in it. You've got an ownership card here. So this knife was made June 6th, 2022. It's a Gen 2 Pygmy. Steel type is S30V, hardness rock weld at 61. And handcrafted by Randy Wirtz. So that's pretty cool. Nice little COA to go with it. Then we've got a sticker specific to the Pygmy. That's rad. And another sticker specific to the Pygmy. So not only are they branded stickers, but they're knife specific for what's in the box. Pretty sweet. All right, toss those back in there. Set the box down. All right. So yeah, Wirtz, the Pygmy, love it. Let's get in here. I don't know what handle material he used yet, and oh, sick. He has a bunch of options, and to me this looks like a fat carbon or camo carbon. I don't know which it is, but it's red, white, and blue. Look at that, with just the tip sticking out. That's exciting. So this is a kind of vertical carry sheath, and it's got an ulti clip on there. So the way that these work, it's actually really handy. You can carry this like in the waistband, I think is the idea. Every time I've used an ulti clip, that's the way it's been. So you'd carry this in the waistband, and then only this much is sticking up out of your waistband because your pants are kind of covering it to there. And this clip, because it's a lot of tension and it's got this little kind of, I don't know, hook section under it, you slide your pants under that, or the top of your pants or whatever. Even you could carry it in your pocket that way. And then once that's slipped over your pocket, you clamp that down, and that holds the knife securely in place. I've had good experience with ulti clips before, and they get used a lot in the firearms industry, I think more than they do in the knife industry, but there's some overlap there. Okay, so let's pull this sucker out. Oh man, that It's gorgeous. Those grinds are sweet. So like the COA said, this one's in S30V, which I think for the use case of this knife is a pretty great choice. S30V isn't one of those steels that gets me like crazy excited. It's no like insane super steel, but it's a steel I have a lot of experience with and like quite a bit. So I'm totally good with that choice. And yeah, look at this carbon. It's a really cool material. I wish I'd opened this up before 4th of July. I would have carried it on 4th of July. I've just been so busy. I've had this sitting here waiting to get opened up. The handle feels interesting. So my medium glove, but fill them out real well hands. My hand immediately wants to land. So I've got 3 fingers in kind of the like main grooves of the handle, and then my pinky wants to land back here, but that feels really comfortable when my pinky lands back here because of this angle, because of how smooth that all feels. The only jimping on the knife I'm noticing now is placed a little bit forward. Usually you see it start all the way back here, kind of where the handle ends or even before that, but in this case it's placed forward a little bit, which I love. If you're gonna do jimping, I like it to be like thought out to the point where it's where my thumb is actually going to land, and that's right where my thumb is landing. So that's cool. Yeah, look at these grinds. Beautiful, beautiful grinding done here. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at what the other sheath is as well. Now that I've got this knife out, cut through that very well. Let's see what we've got in here. Yeah, so this is definitely another sheath. Set that box down. And let's see what we're working with. It looks like this is another of the same sheath, unless I'm crazy. Is it? Oh, they're reverse of each other. Okay. I was like, hold on. So it's another of the same style of sheath. He has these done by Soulbound Leather, by the way. Really great work. But you can see the Ulti-Clip is on the opposite side here. So with that, I imagine that would be for if I wanted to carry in a different location, or like on my left-hand side, I could put it in with this. If I wanted to carry it kind of cross-draw, I could do it like that. And then this one, yeah, now I've got options to put it wherever I want, because this is a single directional sheath the way it's set up. Yeah, that's cool. Sweet. Okay, so I've got options. I can carry it in either orientation on either side of my body, however I want. So that's fun that I'll be able to play around with that. Yeah, these sheaths are really nice too. I want to say Soulbound Leather. I think it's a woman who's behind it. I want to say she was at, it's either Blade Show or maybe it was Blade Texas, one of the shows that I was at relatively recently. I think she was there. But I've had a couple of sheaths now made by her that were, I think it was the Falcon sheath, and I want to say one of the other fixed blades I own or have owned was using one of her sheaths. But the great work, good retention, they feel nice, they're very soft. I mean, it's in there. There's no like wobble or wiggle. The only slight rattle I'm hearing is from the moving parts of the Ulti-Clip. But yeah, okay. So we've got 2 sheath options, and they're the same but different. And then, yeah, this is a sweet size for EDC. One of the things I've found as I've tried EDCing fixed blades over the last couple of years, in terms of like not just carrying one when I'm outdoors, but carrying one in the places where I would typically have carried a folder before. Just having a fixed blade on my belt while I'm going to the market and processing cardboard at home and doing my more like everyday carry type of routine, not outdoors. One of the things I've found in that is the size is like a really delicate balance. Too small and I won't really carry the knife that much because I won't feel like I have any advantage over just carrying a small folder, because a really small fixed blade to me doesn't feel like it's really as capable as a bigger one. I don't know. I'm not, how do I describe this? With knives in general, I'm not generally like super, like a 3-inch blade most days is fine for me. But on a fixed blade, once you start getting smaller, something in my brain tells me a fixed blade ought to fill my hand a little more. I don't want my finger to be hanging off the handle. Maybe that's part of it too. On a folder, oftentimes the proportions are different and it feels like the rules change a little bit. And so on a 3-inch blade, you might still have a 4-inch handle and it doesn't seem funky. If you did that on a fixed blade, to me, it doesn't look right to have a bigger handle and a smaller blade on a fixed blade, usually. So yeah, I don't know. I tend not to reach for EDC fixed blades when they're too small. But then there's definitely also a line at too big where it becomes uncomfortable to have a bigger knife on your belt all day when you're doing normal day things. I also worry about it like printing. If I'm carrying it on my belt, I want it to be fairly concealed. Like I want a pocket knife in my pocket to be concealed. I don't want it to look like I've got a big fixed blade on me. So finding the ways to carry them, whether it be horizontal instead of vertical, or whether it be in the waistband instead of out of the waistband, those things make a difference. But also there's just a size limit of it can get too big and too heavy for me to comfortably want to carry it outside of the house on a normal day, other than outdoors, like on a hike, you know? So I feel like this is probably going to strike that balance pretty well. It's the type of knife that is filling my hand enough that I feel like I'm going to feel confident in it. I can squeeze all of my fingers if I press tight into the main groove. I can also hang off back here, but my pinky is still on the knife. It feels controlled. It feels pretty comfortable in a reverse grip. Draw cut feels real comfortable. Draw cut forward feels comfortable. There's a lot that I feel like I can get utility-wise out of this knife. There's something about a fixed blade that feels more stable and dependable than a folder because there's no moving parts. It's just the thing. And so I think this is gonna do well in that role, if I had to guess. But again, it's just an unboxing. So I'm noticing also right now that there are these liners in here. I can't tell if that's just white G10 or if that's like a glow material of some kind. Can't tell right now. I'd need to like shine a light on it, and I don't have a flashlight on me, but that'll be cool if that's a glow material under there. It's also appears to be the same material that's used for this forward pin. I guess both pins actually are a rod of that same material. That's cool. All right, sweet. So it's out of the box. Huge shout out to Wirtz Made, Randy Wirtz and Jake Wirtz, for sending this in to me to review. I will link down below to their website, their Instagram, all that stuff, so you can find them there. And yeah, I've been excited for this model because I love the Falcon. The one that they sent me is just really, really great, and it's one of those knives that like I just find super dependable. It's an easy one to reach for when I'm looking at, I've got all my fixed blades in a drawer in the garage. And if I'm doing a fixed blade thing, I open it and I grab one, and it's one that I gravitate towards. I really, really like the feel of it, the way it's built. I find it to be very dependable and reliable. And so the idea of having something similar to that, but designed to be better to carry in a more everyday application is sweet. I'm glad that they're doing this. So yeah, I'll be putting it through its paces and then reviewing it for you soon. But here we have it, the Wirtz Made Pygmy, and I'm stoked. So appreciate you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one.